Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Orby3NWO bringing you my top 5 under the radar defensive ends for Madden 13. And again, these aren't the best defensive ends in Madden, but these are guys you can use in your superstar mode or your coach mode, or even in the ultimate team if you want to get an edge up on your buddies, people who may not have heard of them yet, or if you just want to save some cap space. So let's jump right into the list. Number 5 is Shea McLellan of the Chicago Bears. Now this guy plays a little different than your prototypical defensive end that you'd think of. He's actually pretty good in coverage, so if you want to bring blitzes from different areas and drop this guy out, or if you just want to play that way with your team, this is a guy to look at. His speed's an 83, acceleration's an 86, strength is a 67, and his agility's a 74, so he's pretty good there. His tackling is a 77, which is about average, maybe a little above average for defensive ends, but his jump is an 81, which is very high. He has 66 power moves, and then his finesse moves are an 88, which ties for the highest on this list. He's got 71 block shedding, ridiculously high 91 pursuit, which is awesome, especially if you drop him into coverage at all. His play recognition is a 72, which is the second highest on the list. And then where he shines above all the other players is a 50-man coverage and a 63 zone coverage to go along with 68 hit power. His coverage is higher than anyone else on this list. Number 4 is the Saints' Martez Wilson. Now, this guy plays a lot like McLellan. Most of his stats are just a little higher except for those coverage items I was talking about. His speed is an 87, acceleration's a 91, strength is a 78, and his agility is a 75. So again, he's just a step up in each stat so far. His jumping is a 75. His power moves are a 77, and his finesse moves are a 62. So this guy's a little more power than finesse than we saw with McLellan, the first player. His block shedding is a 77, pursuit is a 71, and his play recognition is a 74. So again, very good stats across the board. And he's actually pretty high on his coverages if you compare him to the next ones that we're going to run into. 42-man, 65 zone, which is pretty good, to go along with a staggering 86 hit power. The guy has a lot of hit power. So you think of him as far as comparing him to McLellan, he's kind of a poor man's McLellan in coverage, but he's a little better at getting to the quarterback and breaking off tackles. Number 3 is the second Bear we've seen so far, Thaddeus Gibson. He's got an 84 speed, 88 acceleration, 72 strength, and 84 agility. So he's very good across the board in the athletic stats that we've seen. His tackle is an 80, jump is an 82, power moves are a 78, and his finesse moves are an 88. So again, so far that we've seen, he's got the highest rank in those two together. His block shedding is a 69, pursuit's a 77, which is pretty good for a defensive end. Play recognition hurts him. He's a 39 there, which is very low. But that will come up as you play with him. And if you use him yourself, it doesn't really matter so much. His coverages are not high enough really to mention, but his hit power is a 90. This is much more of your prototypical defensive end. Get to the quarterback and crush him. Stop outside runs and things like that. He plays a lot more like the defensive ends you're used to seeing. Number 2 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' DeQuan Bowers. He's got 78 speed, 82 acceleration, 83 strength, which is the highest we've seen, and 82 agility. This guy is all about the power. His tackle is a 77, jumps just a 76, but that's actually pretty good for a defensive end of his size. Power moves are an 89, and his finesse moves are a 54. A lot of times with power guys, you'll see that finesse drop off quite a bit. His block shedding is an 82, which is great. Pursuit's a 74. Play recognition's a 66. Again, his coverages are not quite as good, so that's not really worth mentioning, but his hit power is an 87. This is definitely the kind of guy that is going to grow and get better and better. He's very young. He's got great size and strength. You can see him throw guys to the ground just like that. So this guy will play a lot more like a defensive end that you're used to seeing. He's more of someone that's going to go after the quarterback very hard, someone that's going to be able to stuff the run if you need him to, make those open field tackles. More often than not, you just need to be letting this guy loose and letting him after the quarterback. He can read the routes and he can jump up and make good plays. You'll see him bust balls out like that for his teammates to grab and take for the other way. So he can do that, but you really want to get this guy after the quarterback. Number 1 is the Baltimore Ravens' Pernell McPhee, and this guy is a monster. It's probably the lowest rated athletically that I've got on the list. His speed is just a 72, acceleration's a 78, and his agility is only a 69, but his strength is a 91. The guy is a monster. He's a powerhouse. His tackle's a 77. Because of his size, his jump is just a 67, but his power moves are a 91. Finesse moves are a 57. His block shedding's an 88. Pursuit somehow is still an 82, to go along with play recognition of 65 and a hit power of 86. This guy's a tank. He is somehow, even though he is so big and strong, he still moves quickly, even with his lower speed. He can still pursue. He can still do just about everything you want. Another guy a lot like Bowers, he's just a little better and stronger. You need to be letting him loose. Just rattle the cage, open it up, and let him go, and he is going to be a monster for you. Even if he doesn't get down there and actually bust the play up, he will make something happen. You can see he even has good hands. He can go and jump screen routes and take it the other way. So this guy's a monster. Let me know what you think of him. All right, everybody, that was my top 5 under the radar defensive ends for Madden 13. If you think I left someone off the list, or if you think I got the order mixed up, if you think that you have a better idea, let me know. I'd love to hear that in the comments section. I always like reading those. I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for watching. We're down to our very last Madden 13 top 5 under the radars coming up next week. It's going to be outside linebackers. Again, like I said, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support of the series and all that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time.